about a Justice Department official whose security access is under review after being accused of anti-Trump bias in the workplace. Take a look.
I think Bruce Orr is a disgrace. I suspect I'll be taking it away very quickly. I think that Bruce Orr is a disgrace with his wife Nellie. For him to be in the Justice Department and to be doing what he did, that is a disgrace. That is disqualifying for Mueller.
Joining me now to discuss what's next for several Obama-era DOJ officials and whether their security clearances should be revoked, Republican Wisconsin Congressman Sean Duffy. Congressman, thanks for joining the show.
Hey, Charles, good to be with you.
President Trump, I got to tell you, the Brennan decision, I've seen a lot of moderates, even distinct anti-Trumpers, saying that that was a good move, that Brennan had become overly political, that he abused these privileges. So people from Stephen Hayes to Susan Collins saying they thought that was the right move. But now we've got a list, a very long list of folks who could potentially lose security clearances, from Susan Rice to James Comey. And of course, now we have Orr at the top of the list. What do you make of it?
Well, first, it's important to note that to have a continuity of governments from one administration to the next, to allow people to keep their security clearances is a really good thing. You want to be able to bring in, maybe someone who a couple years ago worked on a similar case, get their expertise, and they need that security clearance for that purpose. However, if you have a guy like John Brennan who uses the security clearance to go out and not fight ISIS, not fight Russia, not fight Iran, but fight a duly elected president, revoke it. He shouldn't have it. He's a political hack. Bruce Orr, who is the backdoor for bringing in the dirty dossier to the FBI to take down President Trump, misusing his position in the FBI, his should be gone. Whether it's Clapper, Comey, Strzok, Page, I think all of them who have misused their positions and their authority and their security clearances, we have to review all of them, right, and they should be gone.
Of course, Fox News today, one of the pieces of news obtained by Fox News was that Bruce Orr wrote Christopher Steele following the firing of FBI Director James Comey, saying that he was, quote, afraid that anti-Trump Russian probe will be exposed. So it's certainly damning of someone who's still in the mix. Now, some people are saying, hey, if you remove this security clearance, effectively he can't do the job that he's in right now. What would that mean for his future?
Well, he shouldn't have the job that he has right now. I think effectively he should be fired. Just like Peter Strzok was recently fired, he shouldn't have been there for the months after we learned about his anti-Trump texts. But again, if you look at how the intelligence community has behaved, usually they serve, and when they get out, they might go on TV, just like generals, and they might give some expertise about the intelligence community, but they don't actively bash the current administration. This is an unknown and unseen territory that we've seen with the Obama administration folks going out after President Trump. And by the way, it's not because you work for President Obama you should lose your security clearance. It's that you're misusing that information and undermining this administration.
Yeah, we have no problem on this show with anybody monetizing their experience, particularly when you've sacrificed, right, and you've served the nation.
That's right.
We know that the pay is not necessarily that great, but by the same token, you shouldn't take these liberties to suggest, hey, I've got the inside scoop, and now conflate it with personal opinions. In this case, in most of these cases that are always anti-Trump, always with the disdain that's worn on this sleeve for President Trump, and against a lot of the things that I think he's trying to achieve. That, to be quite frank, I don't want to hear either side talk about some of these foreign policy initiatives that I think we should have let the administration work through without the cheerleading on either side.
Yeah, well, I see Brennan, and I mean, he's been a political hack, right? He's coming out saying outrageous things like Donald Trump is colluding with the Russians, and the evidence is there. Well, Brennan was there when the Russians were trying to meddle in our election and didn't do anything to stop it. Right. They didn't come out and give the president a warning, didn't give the American people a warning. They sat back and watched this thing take place. And by the way, we all realize and recognize they didn't change one American vote. The Russians didn't. But now the fact that Brennan is able to access information from his friends and colleagues in the CIA or the FBI and then go on TV and make these outlandish and outrageous comments, I think undermines our whole system, and I think that's why we have to. The president was right in severing that.